I went in there and the guy was in a suit, like kind of military almost suit, and I was about to just walk straight confidently through when he turned and stared directly at me, like stared me down. And I also realized that like it was kind of like a corridor, it wasn't like a fully open building. And so I turned to him and I was politely like, "Is this building open to the public?" And he was like, "No, no, it's not." And I was like, "Oh, okay. So where's the library?" And then he kind of gave me some directions to the library. But I wonder what would have happened if I had just walked confidently through. Might have been a different vlog. I'm gonna head to the university and have a look around there because I've just finished the whole art gallery and I checked. So off to the uni. I think I'm gonna start with the library because I've seen photos of the uni library and it looks pretty cool. We shall see what it's like. 30 degrees today. Okay, I just tried to explore what I thought could be a library, and it's a stunning building, but apparently it's a security building, so let myself out of that one. Apparently the library is down this path. It's a pretty path. We have other old building there. There's an ugly building over there, or here, but there's, yeah, definitely some old buildings. I was gonna say convict, but they didn't have convicts here, so colonial. I feel like it doesn't look as good in person as it does on the photos, that library. But the university itself has actually surprised me with how good it looks. I realise it's now 3 p.m. and the Migration Museum closes at 5. So I need to make my way there. I would have gone to another building here, but I can't find any that kind of specifically pertain to my disciplines. So I'm not particularly interested in a lot of them. Like they don't have like a Faculty of Arts or Social Sciences or both building. I can't find. So instead we shall scurry on to find it's actually called the Migration Museum. I also got a student paper, so I'll be reading that tonight. Like this area is very pretty. It's got the blue skies, the bright green trees, the oldish look. This is what surprised me about Adelaide, I think. Now I'm just gonna pop by Priceline because I went to Chemist Warehouse to try to get what's it called? Like a moisturizer. But then Chemist Warehouse, their security was like coming up to me and like talking to me and stuff. So I left and now I'm going somewhere else. Security always comes up to me and I think it's because I look young basically, but it's quite annoying. I think that like there might be a problem if like people systemically can't afford things to the point where like skincare products are kept, you know, behind plastic things to try to protect them, and security has to come up and stop young people from looking at them. Might be more of a political problem than a problem that security could be able to solve. Anyway, so now I'm going to Priceline. Okay, we're back where we were yesterday, and I got the things I wanted from Priceline. Got that one and that one. I haven't tried this one before, so we'll see how we go. It's very man of me that I like a 2-in-1, like SPF and moisturizer. I've used one before, and people say that it causes acne, but I'm not sure. Not this brand though. So we'll see how that one goes. And this one's just really good for soothing skin, because my skin is really irritated right now. Anyway, had a much better experience at Priceline. Got a chance to win a car. So incredible. An Audi. And then I went to Target, got that one. I think this is really good as if you have really bad dark circles. I do think it also makes my eyes red. I'm not certain though, but I think that that's what causes redness around my eyes. So I think I'm gonna get like a not Target quality one eventually. And I also got a face mask. And hopefully we'll get another sect of Christians to come up and say hi. I like going to museums like that because they really reframe things. They remind you, for example, that migration is Australia. Like only 3% of us aren't descendants of immigrants. Very beautiful museum and free entry too, which is great. It's very cool in there as well. 30 degrees out here, I reckon it's probably like 19 there. Very comfy. I'm now gonna go get a boost juice, then head back to my hostel because I need to lay down. I've made it back to the hostel and I've acquired the boost juice. It's blue. It's a like mango boost juice, and then you add blue spirulina powder, which has like antioxidants in it. And I also added some vegan protein powder. Very tasty. $11.40 though, but worth every cent. They have boost juices everywhere here. I never really go to boost juice, but since, you know, when in Rome. Because I'm about to leave, I thought I'd share with you a room tour of my hostel. So here's my bedside table. Came with a fan, which was an absolute godsend. And it had a little charging port there, and it had a little note on the wall, some poetry. And here's the giant drawer that I have. And this drawer, I kid you not, goes all the way back to the other end of the bed, and it's really deep as well. You could easily fit probably 2 of me in there and still have room. And then it came with this wonderful latch, which I spent many a night trying to figure out how to use because it's bent, and fitting a lock over it is quite the experience. And yeah, then there's just all this other stuff, and I believe that the high-vis stuff is for, there's like mining that goes on nearby in Adelaide, and I mean I assume there's some construction as well. Goodbye tequila sunrise. I think what I did is I just checked out. Of course, the reception isn't open until 9. My flight departs at about 10, so I have to leave before reception opens. I got an email. It said, today you're checking out. There's 2 simple options, and both of them were extending your stay. Like one was extending your stay and one was checking out late, so it didn't really give me any tips about how to check out. But, I mean, they didn't give me a key card or anything, so it should be right. I'm now trying to find, I think, a tram to go to the airport. I tried to get the tram, but apparently the tram isn't running this month. So I then tried to find the bus stop. I think I'm genuinely at the right stop, but Ubers are $20 to the airport, so I think I'm just gonna get an Uber. I think another thing is that it's not hot here, and it's not ridiculously humid. Maybe it's a bit humid, but I've just never cooled off, like since it got warm, like a day or so ago. So it's like 23 degrees now and it's only 7 a.m. So like it doesn't drop down to like the teens in degrees really. Maybe like 19 degrees overnight at like coolest. So I kind of feel toasty warm. So that's partially why I'm not going to do anything before I go to the airport. It'll be cool there.